I don't condone any of that kind of stuff. What happened in Las Vegas and Mandalay was wrong. What happened at Virginia Tech was horrible. I remember the first time I heard about Columbine, it wasn't too far around the same time Oklahoma bombing happened. I remember Oklahoma bombing, hearing about that, all this terrorism that's happening in our country. That kind of sparked it off, I think it was like Waco, and it just kind of like spread like wildfire. And then Oklahoma bombing, and there was Columbine, there was like all of this craziness, you know? And then I remember hearing the song Disarm, but Disarm, you know, had been playing for quite a bit of time. I think Disarm, which is Smashing Pumpkins, that's on their Siamese Dream album. And I think it's prophetic. I think it's a prophetic song. Even though he did go on national television and wear a 666 shirt, which basically just means a blank number of Nero. But he was acknowledging goth, but also acknowledging violence in a way. The song kind of does talk about a killer and where the killer resides, where the killer is, which is in your own self. But people don't, you know, I didn't see a lot of love and care going on with the Virginia Tech stuff. I saw a lot of fear, immediate fear. And fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hatred. And that's Yoda stuff. But there's some truth to that. And, you know, what we need to teach in the schools today, rather than hide under a desk and go to a panic room, we need to teach, why don't we love? And why don't we be kind? Say, wow, that book is going to be published. Wow, that story, I'm going to find a way to do it myself. We're going to go down this together. You wrote Shakespeare on my chalkboard? Congratulations. Here's a little medal I made for you. I think that's great that you can quote Shakespeare and do whatever you'd like. I think it's great. Even if it's kind of dark and eerie and horrific, like Blood Simple by the Coen brothers, you know, which they were rewarded for that, even though that's kind of a sick thing. But do you see what I'm saying? They're still rewarded for it because it was hard work and what the person did. And he was acknowledged by professors for writing the book, but I don't know. To me, it just seemed like it was a kind of a lock him up, throw away the key kind of thing and forget about him. They had to deal with him eventually. For one thing, he was trying to be educated, you know. And here's another thing about the guy too, the Virginia Tech guy. For one thing, he was Asian. He was also one of the head of his class. He was an honor student. He probably scored great on the SAT, I think, you know, whether that matters. Meaning he was seen as an intelligent person. He was in honor classes. He was always there a lot of times. But that's, you know, those things, listen, life is not going to be perfect. But you want to face it with kindness. You want to face it with love and kindness. That's more important to teach. You know, teaching mercy in a police department, or teaching mercy in the schools, teaching mercy in church, teaching mercy in life to students is a class. They should have a class called mercy in every school, every public school. It should be a class about having mercy, strategically teaching mercy to people before teaching them CPR. You know what I mean? CPR is important, don't get me wrong. But listen, we're only going to be here for so long, and we're all going to live forever. No one dies. All those Virginia Tech people, they didn't die. No one dies. We live forever. We are immortal. It's been proven. You are immortal if you're listening to this. You'll live forever. Here's the problem. You have to choose where you want to go. God can pull you out of hell. Jesus Christ, you make your bed in hell, he'll be there right there with you. So he can pull you out of hell. But you have to ask him. All right, this one's going to the Hotel Drover. I learned in defensive driving an important thing. So there's people out there that speed, which is very, very dangerous. It's very dangerous to speed. And they're, you know, they're saying like someone that's going like 100 or like 90 miles on the highway rather than 60 or 55, whatever it says on the highway, on the whatever, you know, some places 70 maybe. They only get to their destination by a few seconds more. About to go to Mule Alley, go to Drover. All this right here, but still the buildings are relatively there. I don't know, they make a pretty good modern Western. There's the Drover right there. About to pass the two, I think they're horses. Yeah, that's right here. I got copyright. It's weird. It's kind of like doing this show. Copyright's kind of like like an alien that you can't let in. You know, you gotta like seal all the things. You know, copyright. Everyone, shh, watch out. Or you have to start cutting it like immediately. Or you go through and you have to take the sound out. You know, it's pretty cool right there. You know, I think there'll be a day one time when they won't have copyrighted music. It's just a stupid idea. It's like trying to copyright nature. There it is right there. All right, they got everything here. Look at this projection screen right here. I mean, everything. Yeah, they do a lot of theming right here. $912 4.7.